Hi guys, it's Jackie again, Design Your Health Journey. I just wanted to talk about calories versus carbs so you guys can kind of get the idea of what's going on because we have another challenge coming up. I've labeled that challenge the casserole challenge. It doesn't necessarily have to be a casserole, just something that you cook in bulk that makes many servings that you can divide up evenly and count out your calories and carbs for the day. I wanted to talk about the calories part. If you're counting the carbs, you don't have to keep a track of the calories really. It's just a habit to say calories and carbs. But if you're following the 25 or less carb rule, you automatically should have the calories in check. Um, that's provided you don't go crazy consuming like meat and fish. Like, don't eat 2 pounds of meat or fish or even cheese. There was a commercial making fun about people consuming 2 pounds of cheese. No, we don't want to do that. You should consume your meats, your meats and your fishes, four ounces at a time. That's say 4 to 6. I mean, if you're doing your celebrating, or you have a really strict diet or something like that where you're trying to really keep your carbs low, you can do 8 ounces at a time of chicken, turkey, or fish. I wouldn't do that with beef at all. And you could do that with like lamb and goat, but beef, be wary of. We'll touch down on the beef end of this another time. But it's important to keep your your carbs 25 or less. The less you have is the more your body is going to have to shell out to use. If you're depriving it of those carbs, well, that fat you have here and everywhere else is going to go to work. Okay? If you do work and your body needs, say, 50 to 100 carbs to work a day, that's how you work around. You do something, you're chasing kids all day, you're up and down a hallway all day, you're a mailman, something like that, where you're moving a lot, you're going to burn those calories. Well, we don't want to give the body those calories. We want to limit it, 25 or less. And by doing that, it's making the body put your stored fat to work. Okay? And the less you take from it, the more it's going to push that fat to work. So let's say you go and I did this on another video talking about this, but let's say you go and you catch the Wendy's breakfast special and it has 6 spoons of sugar for the day. That's your 25 grams right there. You're done. So anything you eat after that special is going to be stored all over your body, and you're just going to get fatter, and that's just how it works. So that's why you try and break it up through the day, or if you want to get your carbs over with in the beginning of the day and have none the rest of the day and just focus on burning, that's up to you how you divvy up your carbs. But the important part is to keep it 25 or less. To see a dramatic loss, if you keep it at 20, you will see that weight start to come off really quickly. So the idea is to focus more on what you can eat. You want your proteins and your vegetables. I had posted something about the plate and dividing it and putting, there was a picture and it said on one side, that little quarter said pasta, rice, and potatoes. Change that to fruits. You should have that once a day, that little quarter portion, and then your meat and your vegetables, and you can add your cheeses and stuff like that, your greens. But it's important to keep those carbs low if you want to see any action. If you keep it at 25 to 30, you're going to, I'd say 25 to 40 is like maintaining, and over 40 is gaining. But for some people, over the 25, they're gaining, really. Somebody that's really active, they're gonna need like 30 or more. So you have to you have to decide what category you fall in. Your job requires you to sit behind the desk and not really move all day. You're just, you're sitting, and the only time you get up is for the bathroom and for lunch. You're going to want to keep it under 25 carbs a day. And don't worry about the calories, because the calories, like I said, will fall in line. As long as you're tracking those carbs, the calories are good. And you will see the results. But like I said, you're not going to see any movement until you get a hold of that. And watch, for some people, if you're on blood pressure meds, odds are you have a problem with water retention. Sodium, you got to stay away from sodium. Stay away from the salty foods. It might be low in carbs, but it's high in sodium. Stay away from a lot of canned food. Canned foods use sodium to preserve everything. Not all, some do. Just read it. They say if you're under the age of 50, you can have 23 grams of sodium a day without it really affecting you. Over 50, they say, I believe it's 1,500 you should be under. And that's true. You'll start to retain water. Well, for this, if you already have a blood pressure issue, no matter your age, you probably have a water retention issue as well. So limit your sodium to 1,500. Watch it, and you should be good. This is what the whole thing of low carbing is about. Teaching you to go for the things that you can eat that aren't going to affect you, that are going to let you get rid of that weight. Once you get rid of it, you're going to be able to put on a few more carbs in there. You'll see, you'll be able to figure out, get your way. I know basically for me, I don't really watch, but a guesstimation would be I do about 35 carbs to 40 carbs a day, and it doesn't affect me because I move around a lot. I'm pretty active. So you keep an eye on that. For the last challenge, I did limit my carbs, and I lost that 7 pounds. So you start to understand, and it's all about guesswork in the beginning. You have to feel your way around. This didn't just happen for me overnight. I mean, I've been working on this over 10 years, and in the beginning, I played around with it, and I saw like dramatic losses, and I saw subtle losses, and I saw plateaus. And I remember how I got out of the plateaus. I remember what made me lose the little bits, and I remember what made me go crazy, and what made me lose the bulk was dropping my carbs. I was having like less than 20, and in the beginning, and I was losing, first you lose the water weight, so the first weight on the scale was like 8 pounds down when I dropped it like that, and then the next week was like another 5 pounds, and the next week was another 5 pounds. But I didn't like that feeling after a while, and I didn't like the pressure of that, and that kind of makes you want to binge. It makes you miss stuff. You feel deprived, so you shouldn't feel deprived. Always make a way to get that deprivation feeling out of your system. Save those carbs for when you're feeling you miss something, a piece of chocolate or something. Have a chocolate smoothie. You can have if you need to use Splenda. I don't like to use Splenda, but save your raw sugar or whatever you're using for that time. And if you go for a few days doing it really low, you're sticking to like a 20 carb or less, and you feel like you need it to add it up, you can add it up and you'll still be losing. So don't worry about that. Your body is forgiving. Your body knows what it needs to run, and it knows that under 25, it needs, it's going to have to start using the fat that you have stored in your body. So don't focus on calories. I see a lot of people saying, oh, that's a lot of calories. No. Look at the carbs. And remember, you get to deduct the fiber. Read on it when it says carbs. When you go down to where it says fiber, if it says 1 fiber and it's a 7 carb product, you deduct that fiber, so now you're 6. So you're saving yourself. Some things I've read, it's like been 7 carbs, but deduct 4 for fiber. Those are the kinds of things you want to be eating, and then you can eat more and you can fill fill up on lots of greens. I know some of you mentioned medicine. I understand that, being in the medical field, I know exactly what your situation is. There's others. There's mushrooms, and there's onions, and there's other red peppers, all the other stuff that you can fill up on that aren't the greens. Read. I put that list there of low carb vegetables. These are the things you can put in bulk. Look for savory foods, not sweet. Okay, savory with all the the good stuff, all the good vegetables, and go that route. And that's going to be your best filling route. Save your carbs for another time. Like I said, if you need emergency, you feel like you're going to go off the wagon, you just feel it. You can go off the wagon for a little while, but you're not going to go too far because you've been watching your carbs all that time, and your body is going to overlook it. So just, like I said, stick with the carbs, and everything else will fall into place. Now you need to find your way with that. This is the things I'm posting, low carb, and I don't pay attention to the calories. I just know that each serving is like under 10 carbs. Okay, so I'm looking for stuff like that you can eat and looks filling, and that's your route too. When you go on Pinterest, look for low carb, and we're going to do the casserole, which is not really just casseroles. It's casseroles, it's stews, it's soups. It's even like the zucchini pasta. You can make like a zucchini Alfredo with all the stuff in it that you like to make a big pot of that and divide it into sections. You total out all your, you list all your calories, all your carbs. You don't have to do the calories, but if you're one of those, you want to track it. List everything that's in it, and then divide it by how many containers you put it in, and then you know what how many carbs for each, and you can calculate it. And make sure to, I'm a journal person, but make sure to save the counts for every day, so you make yourself accountable. Get one of those apps. Spark People has a good one for people who are in a rush, who can't really do all the casserole and all that. They're on the run. You forget or whatever, and you have to go to fast food restaurant or even a sit-down restaurant. Spark People has a good app. Their app is good because it includes restaurant calories, so you can put exactly where you are, and it'll help you. Okay. Any questions, any issues, any ideas, anything, post them, email me, text me, smoke signal me, whatever you have to do, and we'll get it going. I'm out here right now checking out my garden, keeping busy, keeping my mind occupied. That's another way I stop thinking about food a long time ago, was putting my focus in other things. I like to crochet, I like to bird watch, I like to walk at the beach, I like to grow things. I'm standing here in front of, this is my mom started, but I take care of it now. There's a giant, enormous breadfruit tree, and right now I'm kind of bathing it, trying to see if maybe I can get a breadfruit or something to grow on it sometime. But keep your focus off the food if that's what it is. Find something to do, and I'll talk to you next time. Enjoy, and like I said, let's work together. Together we can move mountains and get rid of this weight. See ya.